Welcome back to the channel, guys, and this is going to be a really weird one. This is basically the fifth time I'm recording this video. Every time I seem to have some issue or the other. First, I started recording it didn't record. The second time, the software didn't work. The third time, I did it on a PC, the sound quality was bad. The fourth time, it worked. I rendered the video, but then Xbox made the announcement of releasing Xbox Series S as well. They also gave the release date for Xbox Series X and S. So we'll be discussing that here as well. Now, given the title and given the thumbnail that you obviously clicked to get here, basically what we're discussing is how Nvidia basically just outperforms every single thing, but how console gaming really should not be affected by that. Now, many people at this point might be thinking, oh, he's just a console fanboy. Yeah, PCs are obviously better. Dude, I know PCs are better. I am a PC gamer. I'll always continue to be a PC gamer. I have absolutely no interest in consoles. And that is not my point at all. My point here is, this entire situation has now, this entire situation happened because Sony and Microsoft marketed these consoles as like, oh, they are so powerful, we can do ray tracing, we can do this, we can do that, we can, revolutionize gaming. They are not going to revolutionize gaming, but still. And to that crowd now, as soon as Nvidia launched their third RTX 3000 series, everything changed because the consoles are already going to be outdated at launch. Like, the $499 card RTX 3070 outperforms the Xbox Series X, and that is supposed to be the more powerful console than the PlayStation 5. Slightly more, but still more. And 3070 is even more powerful than that. So, right off the bat, even a 3070 is beating an Xbox Series X, and that is pathetic for console gaming. Except it's not. Because console gaming was never about high graphical fidelity or like the higher frame rates. Yes, the Microsoft have said that they want to put 4K 60 FPS and even 120 FPS on Halo Infinite. That's a really good goal. I really wish more companies, more console companies would focus on higher frame rates than the higher number of pixels, but that's just me. But even with that, the consoles were never really in competition with the PC. Nvidia now launching these cards are not going to change much in terms of the console landscape because the consoles exist for accessibility. PC, guys, we have played on a PC. I have played on a normal PC and also mostly on my laptop because I move around a lot. I don't really have an option. And that's what played into my decision to buy a gaming laptop instead of a desktop. Now, if I had a desktop, it would have been so simple for me because I literally just need to take my old graphics card out, put one in. My laptop has an i7, so that's pretty much set. It's a laptop i7 is not as good as a desktop i7. You can compare it to maybe the i5 9400F in terms of performance. That's pretty close to that. And actually, no, not 9400. Actually, yeah, it's pretty much close to that. It's a 6-core 12-thread processor. So if I had a desktop, it would have been really easy for me. Just buy an RTX 3070 or maybe a 3060 when that comes out. And I'm assuming 3060 will probably be priced with the Series S in mind. So that would have been easier. But I did go for a laptop, and there is a reason for that. And that is the same reason that people go for a console. People don't always go for a console because they want the cutting edge games and they want like the best looking games. They usually go for a console because it's an investment. It's a cheap investment that they're making so that they can play games for the next 5 years. Not everyone is made of money. Even I'm not made of money. And that is seriously made me reconsider some of my decisions. For example, when I first recorded this video, I was absolutely certain that I am going to go for a PC and I am going to go for maybe a RTX 3060 or a 3070. But right now I am reconsidering my decision. I'm not fully there, but like it's made me think a bit because the Series S, it is rumored to be around the same power and performance as a Xbox One X, and it is obviously going to support all the next gen games. So there's that. and that is priced at $299. So even if I consider RTX 3060 launches maybe in the next February, and that's about the time where I'm scheduling my update, I'm saving up so that I can update at that time. So at that time, even if the RTX 2060 comes out, 3060 comes out, I still need to get a processor, I need to get a motherboard, I need to get at least 16 GB of RAM, because God knows the PC ports are so horrible that there are memory leak issues every single place. Like, just let's not even go there. So 16 GB is like minimum of what I need, and that is for 1080p or maybe 1440p down the line. I have a 1080p monitor. So maybe if the console has good features, the Xbox Series S has good features, I might consider it, and I might get a PC maybe 2 years down the line after saving up more and then spending to get a really state-of-the-art PC. It makes sense for me. I just need a kind of a stopgap for maybe 2.5 years while I save up enough to build my PC. And that is what my thinking is. And I am sure there are many people out there who might be in the same boat. There are many people who have outdated motherboards, outdated processors, and they might actually need to change their entire configuration. And these kind of console prices might be able to hold them for maybe 2-3 years while they save up properly and then buy a PC. So the console market is not destroyed or anything for any reason whatsoever. The people who are on PC, the people who can afford it, can definitely and should definitely go for the PC option. Like, if your PC in terms of RAM, in terms of a processor, if you are already ready to make that jump up, just buy a graphics card, buy an RTX 3070, and you are pretty much set. But in case you don't have it, you might want to consider the consoles as well. Now, in my case, I usually don't go for the consoles because I cannot play with a controller. I am just not comfortable with the controller. I need a keyboard and mouse. So yeah, I am saying that I might consider it, but that's a huge factor for me because I absolutely suck at playing with a controller and I don't have the patience to learn everything again. So I'm probably just going to build a PC and that will be the end of it. But again, that depends on how much money I have and how much money I'm able to save and what kind of deals I'm getting. So my point in this entire video is, this is a matter of choice. PC is always going to be miles better than the consoles. There is no competition here. Like, if you are someone who is thinking that these new generation of consoles are powerful and you can compete with the PCs, you absolutely cannot. Because we have just seen Nvidia's options. We still haven't seen AMD release their new cards. Because they could be doing something mind-blowing as well. And usually AMD cards are much cheaper. So maybe they can give an equivalent performance for much cheaper. So we still haven't even seen AMD's side of it. It's just Nvidia's side, and the consoles are already outdated in terms of specs. So if you are a console gamer, the only reason for buying a console is accessibility. And if someone gets a console for accessibility, that's a completely justified point. And no one has the right to tell anyone that your PC is a piece of crap just because you bought it and just because it can't run a game on 4K 120 FPS. You have no right for that. You don't know a person's situation and what motivated that person to take that decision. Same goes for the people who say that PC gaming is too expensive and why would you buy a PC when you can get a console and all that stuff. There are reasons why people play on a PC. There are reasons why people play on consoles, and absolutely no one has a right to say the other side is unjustified for it. So can we please not fight over what the specs are and what everything is? At the end of the day, all we want to do is play games, right? It doesn't matter where we are playing. It doesn't matter how we are playing. It matters that we are able to play, that we are able to share that across everyone. We already get enough hate from others before fighting among ourselves. So let's not do this. And at my last point, many of the consoles users would suggest like, yeah, we have a lot of exclusive games. Guys, you really don't at this point, because Xbox already has that entire setup where they are already porting all their games to PC. Like every new Xbox Series X or Series S exclusive is going to come to PC anyway. And now even Sony has said that they are going to bring more and more first party titles into to PC, because that makes sense. PC is not involved in the console war, so you don't really need to keep exclusives from PC. PC is an entirely different ecosystem where both these companies can fight. Yes, I know Windows 10 is owned by Microsoft. That is a huge advantage for Microsoft, but it's still an open platform, and Sony can very easily make their even try and make their own store, sell the games there. It's completely possible. So stop whining about the exclusives. You may get an exclusive on your console. The console exclusives might come out on PC. Don't be mad about it. Be happy that many other players can now join you in playing that game. And now that the community of that game will be stronger for it. That you can discuss, you can share with everyone. That is what I feel gaming should be. Let's not have this pointless argument about who is more powerful. We all know PC is going to be more powerful. But that doesn't mean it's the only option out there. And that doesn't mean that people playing on consoles should be considered any lesser. So for the both sides, please stop fighting. Both these consoles have potential. We obviously still don't know much about the PS5 in terms of pricing and launch date. Both these consoles and the PC platform have potential, have their benefits, have their disadvantages. We all work through it, and the ultimate goal is to play games. So please let us not argue over this, and please let us not fight over this. Let's just play games, okay? So guys, if you will end up liking this video, then please definitely press the like button. Subscribe for more content. I really don't want to get in the whole console war thing, so don't expect those kind of content, but you just give a rundown of my channel, see the kind of content that I make. It's usually Let's Play, some Assassin's Creed theory stuff and new stuff, all of that things. So check out my channel and subscribe if you like it. So I'll leave you guys with it. Peace.